Hello, I am Vishal Parikh. Today we will explore more on that is shaping of our data. So what we are going to cover today we will study what is TF and IDF, as well as we will also study its implementation. So first let us start with TF. So TF means, first let us see what do we mean by TF. So TF means term frequency. Here term means we consider an individual word. Now what is TF used for? So whenever we want to measure frequency of a word in our document, at that particular time we have to use TF. Now on what criteria does this TF depends? So TF depends on your length of the document as well as generality of a word. So what do you mean by generality of word? It means how common a particular word is. So let us consider an example. So the very common words which we occur and see is a word that is was. So it can appear multiple times inside our document. Now let us consider a scenario where we are having two different documents. So let us consider that in first documents we are having total 100 words and in second documents we are having total is 10,000 words. So we can't conclude by saying that if the words are more, it means this document is more important. That means if I am having a document in which there are 100 words and another document it is having 50 words, then I cannot conclude that the document which is having 100 words it is more importance and 50 words it is having less importance. So if we cannot directly conclude this criteria. So what we have to do, we have to normalize this particular thing. So whenever we want to normalize this, we have to use TF. Now the final value of this normalized TF will be in range from 0 to 1. And it will include both the boundary values. So boundary value means 0 and 1 both will be included. Now the term frequency, it is individual for individual documents as well as for words. That means if I consider a document, its TF will be also different, and whenever I will consider word, for it also TF will be different. So how can we calculate TF? So whenever we want to calculate TF, there is a formula. So here you can see is a formula. So what is the formula? That is TF of T comma D. Now here T means your term, or we can say a single word, and D means it is a document and it contains your set of words. So what is the formula? So TF of term comma document is equal to count of term in our document divided by number of words in our document. Now we will see what is IDF. So what is the acronym for IDF? So it is inverse document frequency. Now what is TF IDF? So TF is term frequency and IDF is inverse document frequency. Now this combined word, that is TF IDF, is a statistical measure, and what it will do, it will evaluate how a particular word is related in your document inside a collection of your documents. For example, if I want to check whether a word the is importance or whether it is relevant in my document or not. So for that we have to use the concept of TF-IDF. Now where TF-IDF is used? So or what purpose the TF-IDF was invented? So whenever you want to search for a particular document or whenever you want to retrieve a particular information from a document, at that particular time we have to use that is TF-IDF. So how can we do this? This we will cover in our programming session. Now let us work with TF-IDF and we will see how we can implement TF-IDF. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to import pandas library, that is from pandas, or we can directly write that is import pandas as PD. Now second library that we need to import is from sklearn dot feature underscore extraction dot text. I want to import a class which is named as TF-IDF vectorizer. So first library we have imported is pandas, and second I have imported is sklearn. Now whenever we want to perform TF-IDF, first thing is we need to have different documents. So for simplicity I am considering two documents, that is document A and document B. So the first document is storing the text, that is the man went out for a walk, and the document B is storing the text, that is the children sat around the fire. Now as we know, this machine learning algorithm cannot work with this type of text directly. So what we have to do? So this particular text needs to be converted into a vectors of numbers. So as we have seen this in our bags of words model, so that concept we need to use whenever we are performing TF-IDF. So for that we have to use again natural language processing, which is one of the common technique for extracting features from the given document or the text, so which is known as bags of words. So now what we will do, we will extract each and every word from this document. So how can we do this? So for that we are having a method which is known as split. So I am creating two different bags. So for document A I am creating a bag of words A, and for document B again I am creating, that is bag of words for B. Now what I have done, I have applied here split function. So I want to split this data when I encounter space in between the two words. So similarly I have applied split for document B. So it will store each and every word of the respective documents in bag of words A and bag of words B. So let us run this. Now let us print and check how many words are there inside a document A and how many words are there inside document B. So let us run this. So here you can see that the words in documents A are the man went out for a walk, and the document B is storing the children sat around the fire. Now what first thing we need to do, so you can see over here some of the words are repeated in both of the documents. So repeated means in document A there is the, in document B there is the, here also there is the. So what we have to do, we can apply over here a mathematical function, if you recall, that is union. So what union function will do, it will take only discrete or unique elements from both of these documents. So after combining, I am storing these words inside a variable which is named as unique words. So these unique words will be storing only the words that are unique in this both the documents. So let us run this. Now let me print how many unique words are there inside my documents. So here you can see it is returning a set in which there are different words, but these all words are unique. Now what thing we have to do, we have to create a dictionary. For both the documents we have to create a dictionary. So how can we create this? So we are having keys, so let us create a dictionary. So how we can create? So there is a function which is named as from_key. That means it is asking you keys. That means I am considering my unique words as my key, and I am creating number of words of A. Now I am iterating over each and every word and I am incrementing its counter. If the word is present, I am taking its word, and what I am doing, I am appending it and I am incrementing it by 1. So similar thing I have done for number of words in B. Simply I have executed a loop, I am storing it and I am incrementing its value. So let us run this. Now let us print how it is showing number of words in A and number of words in B. So here you can see how many words were there. So it will compare and check how many times the particular word is occurring. So inside your document A there is no word like fire. So if you see your original documents, that is your original documents is the man went
out for a walk. So it will check each and every unique word inside your original documents, and it will check how many times a particular word is occurring by comparing your unique words with your documents. So like this it has done for document A and it has done for document B. Now you can see here that the is having the value 2. Why? Because if you see this document B, the word the is occurring for 2 times. So it has set its value to 2. Now what we have to do? So there are certain words that can be used to formulate the sentences, but in real world they doesn't have any meaning in text. So we tell these words as stop words. So how can we encounter with these stop words? So for that we have to use a library, that is Natural Language Toolkit, because this library provides us the list of English stop words. So how can we do that? So first we need to import NLTK, that is Natural Language Toolkit, and we need to download our stop words. So let us check this. It might take some time for downloading. So it is showing you true. That means it has downloaded all the stop words which are present inside your English vocabulary. Now what I have done, I want to show you what are the different stop words that are available in English language. So for that I am importing from nltk.corpus. Corpus in simple terms we can say it is entire document, and I want to use that is stop words. Now inside this stop words module there is a function which is known as words. So what this function will give you, it will give you all the stop words which are present inside English language. So here I have specified the language as English. So let us run this. So here you can see it has returned me all the set of stop words that are present inside English language. So it is the entire list you can see over here. Now until now this we have seen was it your bags of words concept. Now why it was required? Because whenever I want to find or whenever I want to compute my term frequency at that particular time, I have to use this bag of words concept. So whenever I want to compute term frequency, it takes 2 parameters. The first is your word dictionary and the second is your bag of words. So for computing the term frequency, I have created an empty dictionary, that is TF-DICT. Now I want to calculate how many words are there inside my bag of words. So I am storing its count. Why? Because if you recall the formula says that we require how many words are there inside our bag of words. So how we can calculate it? So there is a function which is named as len, and inside this I am passing bag of words. So what it will do, it will store the total count inside this variable, that is bag of words count. Now what I have done, for each and every word I have to do this. So for that I have iterate through for loop. So what I have done, I am using a function of dictionary which is named as items. So what does this item returns? It returns your key value pair. So it will give you the words and the counts which are present. So I am storing it inside 2 different variables, that is word and count. Now what I am doing, I am trying to apply the formula for TF for each and every word. So I have applied here the formula, that is count divided by bags of words count. And here I have done its typecasting into float. Now what this function is returning, it is returning you the term frequency dictionary. It is returning you term frequency dictionary. So let us run this. Now let us compute the term frequency for both the documents. So we are having 2 documents, so that is document A, document B. Now we are also having how many words are there in document A. and we are also having bags of words. So what I have done, I have passed here two different parameters. So the first parameter is number of words in document A, and I have passed bag of words of document A. Similarly, I want to also calculate the term frequency for document B. So for that also, first what I have done, I have passed the number of words in document B and bag of words in document B. So let us run this. Now what we want to do, we have calculated this. Now we want to calculate IDF, because whenever I want to calculate TF IDF, so first I need to calculate TF, then I need to calculate IDF. So let us calculate IDF. So what is IDF? So IDF is inverse data frequency. Now what it does, it will determine the weightage, that means how many rare words that are occurring inside your documents. So again, for that what I have done, I have declared and defined a function which is named as compute IDF. Now here I need to pass my entire document. Now I am using some of the math functions, so I have imported math. Now I need the length of my document, so I have used the function len and I have stored it in a variable that is n. Now what I am doing, I am extracting this different types of data and IDF dictionary I am creating. Now what I am doing, I am traversing my entire document and I am storing it one by one inside a variable which is named as document. Now whenever I will apply this items function, I will get two different things. So first I will get is word, and second thing I will get is value. Now what I need to check, the first condition is the value should be greater than 0. If it is a 0, then it is of no use. So first I have checked the condition that if the value is greater than 0, yes, then I am incrementing its counter by 1. That means it is occurring for the first time, second time, third time, and so on. The second thing now I am trying to do is I want to calculate IDF. So what is the formula? So the formula is I require the length of the document divided by the floor value. So and I need to apply the log over this entire data. So log function is available inside the math library. So what I have done, I have applied math.log. The first parameter is n divided by value, but I am considering the value as float. Now what this function will return, it will return you the dictionary that is of IDF formulation. Now I want to check how many rare words are occurring. So what I am doing, I am considering this as an entire list. Whenever I will invoke this function, inside this function I am taking a list, and inside this I am passing the number of words of both the documents, that is number of words in document A and number of words in document B. Why? Because from this both the documents I want to check what is the weightage of the rare words in this both the documents. Now what we have done, we have calculated TF, we have also calculated IDF. Now simply just we need to calculate IDF, that is TF IDF. So how can I calculate it? So again for that I have declared and defined a function. So what is the function? So the function is compute TF IDF. This function takes two different arguments. So the first is TF, that is term frequency bag of words, and second thing it is taking as an input as IDFs. So let us check this first. So let me run this previous. Okay, now let us check this first. Now what I want to do, I want to calculate TF IDF. So TF IDF will take two different things because we are having two documents. So I am passing TF, that is term frequency of A, as well as TF IDF, because TF IDF will remain same for both the documents. Why? Because it is the rare thing which is coming. Now for document B, again if you recall, the term frequency remains individual for each and every documents and each and every word. So the first parameter here is TF of B, and the second parameter I am passing is IDF of S. Now what I am doing, I am creating a data frame. Now it has returned me the TF IDF values. So now what I am doing, I am creating a data frame of all this TF IDF calculation for document A and document B. So let us run this, and 1 minute. So okay, so now what we are creating here is our data frame. Now it is showing you PD is not defined. 1 minute. Okay, we have imported but we haven't run that. So let us first check it. Now it will work, because this data frame we can create is with the help of our library which is named as pandas. So let us run this. Okay, now I am trying to print my data frame. Okay, so now you can see over here is different words, and it has calculated its different values. Now another way for calculating TF-IDF is using a class of sklearn. That class name is TF-IDF vectorizer. So how can we do that? So for that we are having a method which is known as TF-IDF vectorizer, and in order to create a vector we are directly having a method which is fit_transform. Now this method we have to pass our original documents. So that is, I am considering a list of documents, that is document A and document B. Now what I want to do, I want to extract the features from these particular vectors. So how can I get this? So for that I am having the object of my class, that is TF-IDF vectorizer, that is vectorizer dot get underscore feature underscore names. So what it will return you? It will return you the names that are associated, or we can say that is feature names. Now I am transforming into dense. That means I have to use the object of vector, that is vector dot to dense, and I want to convert it into list. This dense I want to convert it into a list. So there is again a method that is known as toList. So it will return you a dense list. Now again what I am doing, I am creating a data frame. So in this it will take two parameters. First is your list, and the second thing that I need to pass is our features name. So what are our feature names? So this is fire, set, walk, this all are our feature names. So let us run this. Now I am trying to print my data frame. So there are two different approaches for working with this. So here you can see this is a particular output. So what we have seen in our today's session, that how bag of words model is used in real world, how we can implement term frequency, how we can implement inverse data frequency, and how we can calculate TF-IDF. This is all for your session. Thank you.